What's up, guys? Will here. Welcome back to the Mario Kart World Vehicle Tournament. Today we are going to be tackling rounds 5 and 6 of the tournament. For round 5, we have the Bowser Bruiser versus the Real Racer. And we got Swoop as our character for this round. Here are the stats, and they are actually, the speed's actually the same. Weight is quite different here. Handling and acceleration is pretty similar. I feel the Real Racer's gonna have an advantage here, but you never know till the race is done. Okay. And for this GP, we have DK Spaceport, Koopa Troopa Beach, Dandelion Depths, and Rainbow Road. Let's get it started. Alright. This is the first time we're actually starting a race on DK Spaceport. Most of the time you're just driving from one track to DK Spaceport, but you've never actually, seen what this track really looks like. I'm gonna keep it real. So, yeah, we start on a little path before we hit the little glider ramp here to into the actual spaceport, I guess. That's what you would call this. I mean, that's what it is called. This is called a spaceport, apparently. Whatever a spaceport is. So yeah, this track is absolutely phenomenal. I gotta admit, Nintendo really went all out for the freaking original tracks in this game. They are some of the best Mario Kart's ever had. I'm gonna keep it real. And yeah, the selection of retro tracks is actually pretty good too. There are some very questionable choices, but for the most part, pretty stacked lineup of tracks. Can't complain. But yeah, anyways, going back into the race now. Bowser Bruiser is in 10th. Oh, yep, still in 10th. Where the Real Racer is at 11th. Yeah. Yeah, this track has a lot of, just turns and straights, so it's kind of simplistic for a track, but yeah, for a layout, it's simplistic, but what the track is itself is actually a little bit complex, honestly, I'd say. And it's a really, really good track. Definitely one of my favorites. Also, the frickin' final lap music, I absolutely love. You can't go wrong with it. Also, the Robo DK throw in the barrels is so fucking cool. I love it. Okay, and looks like the Real Racer's gonna be getting 2nd. Bowser Bruiser getting 5th. That's a pretty good start for both of them. Real Racer, I think, is gonna have not only a 3-point lead. Okay, that's not bad. That ain't bad at all. 3-point difference could easily change, though. On to race number 2 now. Alright, for the second race here, we are going to be driving from DK Spaceport to Koopa Troopa Beach. Let's get this started. This is only 3 laps. Koopa Troopa Beach is actually a 5-lap track in this game, which honestly makes sense because it is a very, very short track. And there's Robo DK still throwing barrels at us. Holy crap. Oh my god. Oh, the barrel turned like that. Holy shit. So yeah, let's talk about one thing about Mario Kart World, which I would say a lot of people don't like about this game, and that's online races. Why did they make the majority of the time you'll be racing online intermission tracks? Why couldn't you just choose between the 30 tracks that are here in this game, how Mario Kart Wii is, where you can choose any track you want? Don't gotta worry about nothing else. But yeah, why couldn't it be like that in this game. But not in this game, you have the option between, I think it's like three tracks from I think it's you play a track, and then from that track you have 3 options on where to connect it from, or you could just pick random. One of those ways, which I think is absolutely just stupid. So honestly, I'd say this game probably has the worst online, as if the Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe online couldn't have been beaten by another game. It did. It's somehow better than another Mario Kart game. It's better than this game, which is not good. I really hope Nintendo could maybe fix that in an update, but I highly doubt that's gonna happen, because, you know, the whole gimmick about this game is these intermission tracks. Which, again, I don't mind the intermission tracks, but making that, like, pretty much the sole purpose of online races is, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Alright, up next, we got Dandelion Depths as the 3rd race. Hoo boy. You know, I haven't really played this track too much, not gonna lie. I do want to really learn a lot about this track. It's a really good track, I ain't gonna lie. I really like the whole top part here. Nice and sunny. Then you get into like a cave section. Really fucking cool, not gonna lie. Ooh, both of them wall riding right there, but didn't really work out too well for them, but it's whatever. I really wish this game had 200cc though, not gonna lie. It would make the whole intermission tracks a lot more bearable. Like, if the worldwides had the chance for having 200cc, then the intermission tracks would be so bad. I don't get why they took out 200cc for this game, though. Matter of fact, I don't know why they took out mirror mode either. And they didn't, like, you know, try to replace it with something. I mean, granted, we have Knockout Tour, but that's like a completely separate game mode. Yeah, it's very weird to me why they would take out mirror mode and 200cc when they were both in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But it is what it is. Maybe we'll get it in a future update or DLC. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back for DLC, honestly. Alright, well, we got the Bowser Bruiser in 11th, the Real Racer in 20th right now. Oh, they're starting to catch up a few placements here. I love the dandelions. Always love these types of dandelions where it's like the seed versions where you blow on it and it just, the seeds go everywhere. It's so nice. So my question is, which dandelion came first? Is it the yellow dandelions or the white dandelions? Or are they both technically the same dandelions? That I actually don't know, because, you know, I'm not like a plant expert. Granted, they're more weeds than plants, I guess. Well, I guess they still technically would be plants. Weeds are considered plants, I would say. Whatever. Moving on. Okay, so Bowser Bruiser got a gold mushroom. Real Racer got a mega mushroom. Yeah, we're gonna be pulling a lot of mushrooms with frantic items on. Maybe I should have just kept it at normal, but it's too late now. We're keeping it on frantic. Maybe for the next tournament I will do that. What is it? Normal items, just to see where that goes. Okay, wow, they are actually neck and neck right now. Ooh, is Bowser Bruiser gonna pass? Yes, it is. Ooh, oh, the Real Racer stealing the thunder from the Bowser Bruiser right at the end there. Holy crap. You know, it's kind of fitting we actually got Swoop for this track, because this is actually the track where you unlock Swoop. I don't know if there's another track where you can unlock him at, but most of the time you're going to be unlocking Swoop on this track, so very fitting, I'd say. Well, it's only a 2-point difference. Last race is Rainbow Road. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna be real. I don't know why Rainbow Road cannot connect to any other track. And I don't know why any other track can't connect to Rainbow Road besides Peach Stadium. So yeah. I was originally thinking for this series of doing just all like connected tracks together, but it was very hard to get a randomizer to do that. Not gonna lie, because I would have to force things to go in separate slots. Granted, whenever I create a GP, I always try to get as many, you know, intermission tracks as possible, just to spice things up, just so we're not doing 3 laps of every track every single time. It's good to have a little bit of variety every now and then, even though a lot of people may think otherwise. But yeah, that's just me. Anyways though, Rainbow Road. Switch to Rainbow Road. By far, I'd say the longest track Nintendo has ever made. Like, and that's not even a joke, because like, look at this mini map. I've never seen a Mario Kart track this long before. It makes me wonder how the hell I'm gonna do this Rainbow Road. How the hell is someone gonna recreate this whole thing in Mario Kart Wii? Like, this is just insane. This is absolutely fucking insane. But it is absolutely breathtaking on how good this Rainbow Road is. It is, I would say, probably the most visually appealing Rainbow Road out there. By far. Like, you start off on just, you know, a normal Rainbow Road. Then you go into that water section, that crystal blue water, which is absolutely beautiful. Then there's a frickin' train. Kind of reminds me of N64 Rainbow Road in that aspect, because train. Who doesn't love train? Music here is actually pretty good as well, not gonna lie. So yeah, and then you go from the Rainbow Road up to like the space station, kind of how like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is, or Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road is, I guess. And the fact that music changes every single time is awesome. Where is the Bowser Bruiser going? What? Where are you going, mate? Might want to go back on the track there. Real Racer up in 6th place right now. Bowser Bruiser in 14th place. Not doing so hot. Definitely not. There's still like half a track to play. Well, almost half a track. Little under half, I'd say. Oh, but it's whatever. Real Racer getting a Super Horn and a blooper. Bowser Bruiser getting a gold shell and a gold mushroom. Not too bad. Oh, and the shock happens. You hate to see it. Okay. Bowser Bruiser's getting an item where Real Racer couldn't. Ooh. Whoa, hold on. Did that boomerang just home in onto that CPU? Sure as hell looks like it. Yeah, look at that train. That is so cool. There's like an airship, too. Love that. Absolutely love that. Triple bananas and a super horn. Okay, that's interesting. Bowser Bruiser got super horn and a blue shell. Oh, gosh. Real Racer getting hit by a red shell there. I would assume they are on the same path, but it's kind of hard to tell, not gonna lie. Alright, a super horn and mushroom, okay. That's pretty good. Mushroom is super horde. Real Racer using their super horn. So I get to that mushroom to get rid of that blooper. I will say though, when it comes to commentating, wow, the thing's already going dark because of how long this track is. Oh my lord. That's crazy. Feather and super horde, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, is Real Racer going to be getting first here? Doesn't look like it. Oh, actually, no, they did pull off the first place. Luigi was right behind them, though. So, yeah, with that being said, I think Real Racer's going to be taking this one home. Let's see the score. Oh, yeah, definitely. By a 9-point lead. Absolutely crazy amount of points. Probably the highest lead we've had so far in this series. But, you know, this series is just getting started. We're only on the 3rd video. We got plenty more to go. So yeah, good job to the Real Racer for making it on. Let us move on to round 6 of the tournament. Alright, for round 6 of the tournament here, we have the Dolphin Dasher versus the Mecha Trike. Here are the stats. They are very different stats here, I ain't gonna lie. Dolphin Dasher has a lot more acceleration and handling, and the Mecha Trike has a lot more speed and a bit more weight, I'd say. So yeah, this probably gonna be very one-sided, not gonna lie. And for this GP, we have Bowser's Castle, Mario Circuit, Acorn Heights, and Crown City. Let's get this started. Alright. I completely forgot to show the thing there, but you know, we didn't really need to show it. Not gonna lie. Bowser's Castle is not normally a track we would start a GP on, but you know, unlike the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournaments where I pick and choose where each track goes, here I just spin the wheel and whatever lands first goes first. Most of the time. Unless I have to do a intermission track thingy a certain way. Which sometimes that does happen. I gotta say, this Bowser's Castle is really damn good. So yeah, oh, I forgot to mention this, but we got Explorer Bowser Jr. as the character. I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention that, but yeah. In case I didn't say it before, now you guys know who we're rocking. Of course, it's very obvious to see it's Bowser Jr. Oh, and he's like in a little, Cub Scout uniform. I love that. And he got like badges on his shell. Oh, that's cute. I love that. That's actually a really good costume for him. Not gonna lie. Alright, so right now the Mecha Trike is in 3rd place. Dolphin Dasher in 5th place. They're still pretty close to each other, so it's definitely not over yet. Definitely not. Yeah, still got a lot of this track to go. And this track is like very, very fast-paced, not gonna lie. A very fast-paced Bowser's Castle. Especially on the second half of the track where you're just like constantly getting like a speed boost on the road. I wonder how they pull that off. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's kind of like anti-gravity in a way, but not really. Yeah, I don't really know how else to describe it. Alright. Ooh, there's a bomb right there. So yeah, the Mecha Trike has a feather. Dolphin Dasher has triple green shells. Mecha Trike in 2nd. Dolphin Dasher in 6th. Also, I really love this Thundercloud section here. Really freaking good. Definitely reminds me of Cloud Top Cruise's Thundercloud section in a way. 100%. Alright, a coin and triple bananas. Okay. Oh, it looks like the Mecha Trike's gonna be getting first here unless something changes. And yeah, first place for the Mecha Trike. Very surprising. Not gonna lie. Third place for the Dolphin Dasher, though. But that's already a 5-point difference. Which is insane. That is a really good way to start off this GP here. A first place is a third place. Can't go wrong with that. Still got 3 more races to go here. Dolphin Dasher is definitely not out of it. Alright, the next race here, we are driving from Bowser's Castle to Mario Circuit. And this is 4 laps. Interesting, interesting. So the way this kind of works here for the Mario Circuit intermissions, instead of doing one full lap of the whole track, you only do like one of the 3 variants of Mario Circuit of the SNES variety. And let's just say something right now. This version of Mario Circuit, what they did is by far the biggest kick to the face Mario Circuit 4 from SNES will ever get. The fact they included Mario Circuit 1, 2, and 3 combined into one track, excluding Mario Circuit 4, is just so insulting. Granted, Mario Circuit 4 is not really that special of a track. There ain't really much going for it. But the fact it's been shafted from the light for so long, it's just ridiculous, man. Mario Circuit 4 needs some justice. I'm gonna keep it real. Hashtag justice for Mario Circuit 4. Let's start that as a hashtag, folks. You know, maybe it'll get brought back for DLC. Nah, that'll never happen. Maybe in the next Mario Kart game. Like 10 years from now or something. Yeah. It's definitely gonna be quite a while before we get another Mario Kart game, that's for sure. Alright, Mecha Trike getting a Super Horde. Dolphin Dasher getting triple red shells. Unfortunately, they really nerfed the Dolphin Dasher in this game compared to Mario Kart Wii. Dolphin Dasher is now an outside drifting bike. Used to be an inside drifting bike in Mario Kart Wii, in case you guys didn't know that. And it's actually one of my favorite bikes to use in Mario Kart Wii. I really do enjoy using the Dolphin Dasher quite a lot. Not really my go-to, but you know, if I want to pick a fun bike to use, one I don't have to worry about off-road with, Dolphin Dasher is a good choice. Dolphin Dasher and Magic Cruiser, for sure. Alright, so Dolphin Dasher got themselves a Bob. Mecha Trike got a 1 rotating banana. Alright, and we're gonna be doing Mario Circuit 2 here. Not 1, not 3, just 2. Only doing 2. Would have been cool if they added like Mario Circuit 4 like as like some type of intermission course between like this course and another course maybe. That would have been nice, but nah, that'll never happen. That will never happen. Never. Alright, Dolphin Dasher getting the win over the Mecha Trike, but will they be gaining any extra points? Yes, they gained 1 extra point, so now it's only a 4-point lead between the two. 2 more races to go. Dolphin Dasher, again, still not out of it, but definitely got some catching up to do. Alright, now we are going to be driving from Mars. They added Moonview Highway into this game? Good fucking lord. They really went all out with the soundtrack. As I said, I think, before in a previous video. Anyways, as I was saying, we're going to be driving from Mario Circuit to Acorn Heights here. Let's get this started. And both of them hit the question mark block, getting some coins from it. Coins are always a big help. We got some wigglers on the track. Mecha Trike getting triple mushrooms and a star. Dolphin Dasher only getting a star. Interesting. Interesting chart of events there. Mecha Trike pulling a gold shell. Dolphin Dasher pulling a super horde. Not too bad. Definitely could be better though. Alright, what we got up next? We got a red shell and another super horde. Man, the super hordes are so common on frantic items. Holy crap. I'm not quite sure if you could actually pull super hordes in first. Actually, no. No, you probably can. Wouldn't make sense for them not to make it be able to be pulled in first place, you know? Gotta dodge blue shells one way or another. Unless you have mushrooms. Granted, you can dodge blue shells by falling off the track, though. Sometimes it is considered slower than doing that. Oh, God. Super horde and a bomb. Triple mushrooms and a star. Okay, yeah, Dolphin Dasher got a lot of catching up to do. Probably should use that star suit, I would think. Already on the third lap. Okay, Mecha Trike getting... Ooh, there's a little shortcut right there. Okay. Not bad. This could be the chance for the Dolphin Dasher to catch up, maybe. Oh, not if they hit an acorn. Actually, they still got their gold mushroom, which helps them out quite a bit. They got third. Mecha Trike is getting 8th, so that's going to be quite a few more points. Probably like 3 or 4 points, I think. Yep, 3-point advantage right there for the Dolphin Dasher. Now it's only a 1-point difference between the two. This last race will really determine who moves on to the next round here. Let's finish it off great on Crown City. Here's something we don't see often. One full lap of Crown City. That is a pretty big mini-map, not gonna lie. Man, we actually gotta drive this whole thing? Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Honestly, it could be better off as a section track. Good lord. You never realize how big this track is until you actually play a full 3 laps of it. My lord. Because you're always playing like one section or the other of it. Huh. Not here though. Definitely not here. Okay, Mega Mushroom and Triple Mushrooms. Yeah, I could definitely see how they could get away with doing this track twice in GP mode. Judging by the size of it. But yeah. Quite crazy, I'd say. Okay. Right now, Dolphin Dasher is in 5th. Mecha Trike is in 2nd. Oh, it is a section-based course. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought we were doing a full 3 laps of this whole thing. So, yeah. In that case, I wonder how I'll do this track in Mario Kart Wii. Do I want to do, like, the full version of it? Or do I want to do just, like, one of the variants? That is quite the conundrum, I'd say. I guess whatever's on the wiki is what I'll do. Probably do like the Mushroom Cup variant if I have to choose between one or the other. Because I'd say that's probably the more iconic variant, to say the least. But it is what it is. Oh god. Alright, Dolphin Dasher in 3rd place right now. Mecha Trike at 4th. Still got a lot of this track to go. One more section of it, to be exact. So it really could go any way. I love how we're just knocking over all the freaking guardrails and lampposts. It's hilarious. This game really does feel like GTA sometimes. Not gonna lie. Granted, you can't cause as much havoc as you can in GTA. There's no fucking flying broomsticks you can grief the world with. But yeah, it's interesting. Ooh. 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 It looks like Mechatrike is going to be getting the win here. And I think it just secured itself a spot to move on. Let us see. Because, yeah, it was 1 point ahead. And it's still 1 point ahead. Very close race, but fortunately, only one vehicle can move on at a time here. Good job for the Mechatrike for moving on. I'm a little surprised the Dolphin Dasher did not win, but it is what it is. Anyways, guys, hope you all have enjoyed this episode of the Mario Kart World Vehicle Tournament. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Tune in next time where we will tackle round 7 and 8 of the tournament. See you all then.